In this video, we're going to explore a small feature that's been added to 3D Coat as of build 4.7.31, and that is the support for square brush alphas. And what I mean by that is 3D Coat would essentially clip any pixel information that was outside the brush radius. And you can see at the very top, when we look at brush alphas like this, that this is essentially the extent of the pixel information that 3D Coat is going to utilize, whether you're sculpting or whether you're painting. And that still actually applies, but what 3D Coat is going to do is scale it down so that it fits inside of this circular pattern. Okay, so if I choose a brush like this, you can see what happens here when I try to extrude. It's only extruding what's inside this brush radius, and that's all. So I'll undo. And how does this support work? Well, anytime you go to the upper right hand corner, if you already have a directory that has all the images you want to utilize, maybe some brush alphas that you've collected from other applications or online, then you could simply point to that directory, and 3D Coat is going to automatically scale any images that are outside of this boundary automatically. But what if you already have, for example, like this 3DC brushes palette? You already have quite a few images here that are from corner to corner. How would we get 3D Coat to do that? Well, this particular folder resides in your Documents directory, 3D Coat, Textures. Under Patterns, you would locate that subfolder. And 3D Coat has essentially stored all these in a proprietary format. You can see the MCLP format file. If you try to open these up in Photoshop, it won't work. However, what we can do is have 3D Coat send this to Photoshop. So let's try this one. I'm going to right click and I can choose Edit in External Editor. And you can see how it's arranged. So what we can do is either scale this ourselves, or we can simply save as a TIFF file. So I would want to go back to that directory. We'll go back to our Textures, Patterns, 3DC brushes, and I'm going to save it as a TIFF, and I would name it Scales, maybe 01, save. Okay, and now when I go back to 3D Coat, what's going to happen is the next time I load this folder, 3D Coat is automatically going to create a new version of this and scale it. So I'll step out into something else. Now when I go back to 3DC brushes, if I go to the bottom, I see my file here. You see how it scaled it down automatically? So now if I need all of that pixel information, I can use it that way. Okay, so let's do a quick test here. I'll undo. And let's go to another folder. There's another example here. If you already have black and white images already in your folder, what you can do is delete the MCLP file and the XML file, and then do the same thing. Just temporarily step out of the folder. Let me go ahead and do that. 18. So I'll delete that. Move that out of the way. And yeah, so we will step out. Now go back. And here at the bottom, I should see that new file. So let me go ahead and use that. And I'll use something that's a little more applicable. Something like this scorpion. I'll choose that layer. Can open it up. I'm going to hover over this section. I'll hit the H key to select that layer. I can already see it here. And I'm going to isolate it by holding the Alt key. Click on the visibility icon. And I'm going to choose live clay so that it dynamically tessellates. So I don't have to subdivide the entire object first. It's going to subdivide it as I sculpt this. So again, I'll zoom in. And I'll use something like the stamp. You could use dabs if you want and just scale it. You can increase the depth limit here. And that's a quick demonstration of the Square Images support. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.